Hi guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. Today's video we're taking a look at this brand new set of Nyoni colored pencils. These are not as widely available. Hopefully they'll be more easily to get in the future. That's what I'm thinking, because that seems to be the pattern with these Nyoni pencils. The 120 set that a lot of people are familiar with, that at one point was sold on Amazon under the Mark Art name for a little while. Even this Nyoni set of skin tone pencils, I did a review on these. I paid $20 for, and now they sell them under not Mark Art, some other variation of Mark Art. I always get confused, but it's the same brand. I think they just changed the name of what they go under. But they sell these Nyoni skin tone pencils. I've posted about these quite a lot on my community tab posts whenever I see them go even cheaper on sale. But these are usually under $10, and they're just not in a tin. They're in a cardboard box. So you can get these. These are, I think these are more similar to the OG set that I have here. The original Nyoni pencils don't have any color names, they just have numbers. These also don't have any names, they just have numbers. But these are also supposed to be slightly different than the original 120 set. So we got 3 different sets of Nyonis going on here that are out there, but this is very new. I've only ever seen these on AliExpress for over $200, which don't buy those for over $200. That's crazy. These are definitely not worth over $200. I was able to pick these up over on Alibaba, the parent company of AliExpress. Technically the same company, but AliExpress is just more so for the regular consumer, and Alibaba is more so for businesses. So I got these on Alibaba directly from the manufacturer that makes the Nyoni pencils. I forget what the actual factory is called. I'm going to put the link for the single listing down below in the description box. I am going to say go at your own risk, just because I personally had some issues with this shipment of pencils. Since these are shipping from China, it's not going to be like when you buy something from Amazon and you don't like it, or, you know, you feel like you don't want it after the fact and you could just ship it back. This would be like a whole big process. So that's why I say kind of do it at your own risk, or my personal advice would be wait it out, because I do believe these would eventually come to the US market via Amazon somehow. I'm going to pop up what I paid for these pencils, like the breakdown of like the cost. The actual pencils themselves only cost like about $21, but then I had to pay import fees, shipping, taxes, and it came out to be $70.99 for me. I live in New Jersey, so I think perhaps it might be slightly different depending on what state you live in, more or less. You can choose from 3 different shipping choices. I know they had, like, what I picked was the cheapest one, and I paid $27, I think, for shipping. And then there's like a mid-tier one that seems to be maybe like $70, and then like the fastest shipping was $85. And even the fastest shipping is not that fast. It's not like Amazon where you get it the next day or 2. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about buying these pencils. I have taken them out of the tin already. Usually I do like to open them up with you guys and check them out and see how they look inside the tins. But unfortunately, I discovered what I believe to be mold or some sort of mildew on top of the foam insert that usually comes on top of the pencils. I've since thrown it in the garbage because, yeah, who wants to have a moldy foam in your pencil box? I'm going to pop up the pictures of the foam insert so you guys can tell me what you think. But when I opened the tin, I immediately got like a really bad smell, and not even just the initial smell of when you get new pencils and you smell the paint on them. I got that, but also it smelled like mold or mildew. So I was like immediately kind of disgusted. Yeah, so I took pictures and I threw out the foam right away. And then I looked through the pencils and I saw all these look like stains or something on the pencils. And I was like, oh my God, this whole thing is infected with mold. But it turned out the pencils didn't have mold on them, or at least not visible mold that I could see with my naked eye. It turns out I don't think we can really see it that well on video because I was trying to look before. The pictures I took, I think, are better than what we're going to be able to see here. But yeah, this has all these pencils look like either ink or some kind of dark marks, and they don't rub off. I tried to wipe them off, and they didn't come off. It's like actually in the wood. It seems like, or like it seeped through the paint of the wood somehow. I really was kind of grossed out when I got these pencils. I disinfected them I got wet wipes, and I like wiped down every single one of these pencils, and I left them to air out overnight. So I messaged Jesse from Sugar Sweet Art, and he got these as well. I think we both got them. I think we ordered them the same day. I think we got them delivered the same day. We were both so excited about getting these pencils, and we were like girls talking about Justin Bieber or something. I don't know. Is that what the kids don't really like Justin Bieber anymore? What are the kids like now? BTS? We were like two little girls talking about BTS, talking about these pencils. And we were so excited about these pencils. And then I texted him and I was like, oh, I think maybe mine has mold. And he said, oh, maybe. He's like, I think maybe mine do too. Because he had the same issue with all the dark marks and looks like ink stains all over the pencils. But then he texted me, he's like, oh, I don't think it's mold. I think it's just from the rollers. Pencils are in production. And maybe it was like ink from that. And I was like, I don't know. But I was like, I'm glad we didn't spend $200 on these pencils. Very poor quality control overall. And I also even got two of the same pencil. Instead of getting a number 30, I'm missing number 38. And I got two 58s. And I asked Jesse if the same thing happened to him, but he didn't. He didn't have as many issues as me, I think. I think that he didn't get the moldy foam. He got all his pencils correct. But he did, he sent me pictures. It looked like some of his pencils were used or sharpened already. So very weird. That's what kind of led me to think that these must be just like production samples, perhaps. And then maybe when they actually do for really go to market, like I mentioned, I'd probably at some point get branded as Mark Art or Mark Color or whatever. These things will go away and they'll be better production control, hopefully. They did come with this really nice swatch sheet. I was actually a little bit apprehensive to keep this swatch sheet because it was underneath the moldy foam, but after I let it air out, it seems like it's okay. You can kind of see it's like a little bit warped over here. But you could also see I didn't finish filling out the whole swatch sheet. It's because I was missing that one pencil, and because I had the pencil skipped, and then I messed it up somehow. I got confused because that one pencil was missing. So I ended up not using this. And another weird thing about this, the metallic pencils. That was like the first thing Jesse had. He had tried these out before I did. I was still in shock over my mold, but he was like testing them out. These gold pencil was very, very scratchy upon first trying them out. But after, like, I had to swatch these a few times. After a while, it got better. So you can see now it's after a couple of uses, it's fine. but upon initial swatching, it was like really, really scratchy and like rough. And that was kind of the case for all of these. They have a copper, a gold, and a silver metallic pencil in here. This actually reminds me of another point I wanted to make about these pencils. Gold was all crazy and scratchy and then it eventually smoothed out. That seems to be the case for a majority of these pencils. Some of them seem like, you know, sometimes when it has the underlying color, like the colors didn't mix. I encountered that pretty frequently. I did have a couple of breakage issues too while I was swatching, but they didn't totally break the point. It was like really strange. It was like almost like glue was holding these pencils together, like the pencil cores together. And I'm going to pop in the picture. Like the pencils would break, but they wouldn't snap. It wasn't like a snap break. It was like I had to like physically pull them apart to remove the point that had broken. And another pencil I noticed, it looked like the inside of the core was just like clear wax or whatever filler they use for the pencil. It wasn't properly mixed in. So let's take a look at the pencils themselves. These do have names. I feel like I buried the lead on these pencils. That's the most exciting thing. I didn't know they were going to have names when I ordered them. I assumed that they were just going to have numbers like the other sets, but these do have names. They have the number over here on one side, colored pencil, Nyoni, and it says painting oiliness. And then on the other side, it has the number, the style. I call it a style number, but because I associate everything with clothing. But it has the style number. And then this is most likely in Chinese. And then it has the color underneath it. This one is salmon pink. So I was really excited that they had color names. So I definitely found that to be an upgrade. They do have thicker cores than the original 120 set. I believe the originals are supposed to be 3.8. Now these newer ones are 4.0. The colors themselves, well, there might be some similar. They're not like a match for match set. Identical colors. And when I asked what was going to be the difference between the two, I asked the rep, and they just told me that the textures were somewhat different. So the one on the top is the new one, and the one on the bottom is the old one. And then this is the skin tone set. So they're all different. This is the new one. It's coming out like 4.0. And this is the old one. Let's see. 3.9, 3.8. Yeah, so 3.8. Then we have the skin tone special set. Let's see how much that one comes in at. Probably 3.8. Yeah, 3.8. So a little bit thicker. Let's see. $7.6 for the original, and 7.7 seems like for the new one. You can see here I was working on this page with them. I would consider them to be similar to, I want to say like a Starjoy pencil. If you're familiar with those, not the Starjoy gold pencils, but the original Starjoy pencils. They seemed very similar in laydown and feel to those. I was working on this hair a little bit, and I really wanted to do the old pencils and the new pencils on the same kind of paper, so, and the same kind of like image, but I ran out of time. I've been working on this on and off since I got these pencils, maybe like a week after. It's been like 2 weeks since I've had these pencils, so I have cooled down quite a bit on my initial anger and disgust over my moldy pencils. You probably hear me saying, complain all these complaints about them, but they are a nice pencil. I think they just need to work out the kinks and bugs and everything and all the production issues. If that happens, I definitely would recommend to get them. Just not right now. Definitely wait for these to come out more, like a cheaper price. We'll see what happens. But if you are really set on wanting to get these, I will leave the link for you down below, like I mentioned earlier. And I did, even though I didn't get a chance to color on like a similar paper, I did just recently color this page with the older set of Nyoni pencils, and I don't think they're kind of similar. I do feel like these might be a little bit on the softer side. I think that the newer ones are a little bit more firmer. If you're familiar with a Starjoy pencil, if you like that sort of pencil, I definitely think you would like these. Starjoy has since revamped those original Starjoy pencils a couple of times. I do have a video almost on every single iteration of the Starjoy pencils. I have a playlist full of Starjoy stuff. So if all of these bad things didn't happen to me with these pencils, I probably would have a more positive spin on these pencils. I don't think they're going to be in like my top 10 favorite pencils to use. I do definitely like the older ones better. I do like that they have some, they do have nice colors selection here. I'll show you my swatch chart I did. I ended up doing one of my color story type of swatch charts with these, and I'm pretty sure I won't be putting this out on my Ko-Fi page just because I am missing that one purple, and I don't know, I just don't feel like it would be complete without the one that I'm missing, and I really doubt that many people will even be getting this set. So maybe in the future I might put it out, but some of these names I really like that I made up, so I'm wanting to use them. I think I want to use them again on like another, maybe like a more popular pencil or a newer pencil that's coming out soon. I was thinking I'm going to do this either for the Black Widow set or maybe the Arctics pencils. Arctics is coming out with a revamped set, their 126 set. So we'll see if that comes out anytime soon. I might do one of these color story charts for them. And I definitely want to reuse some of these names. I really like this one, Fields of Go, instead of Fields of Gold. So definitely, aren't you glad I got London Calling? I thought that one was good. So this is just going to be like a private private copy just for me for now, but definitely if you like any of these, if I do any similar colorways in the future, I'll probably reuse some of them names. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of my pencil drama as the pencil turns. So I was so excited about the previous pencils I just reviewed. I was so happy with those. Those were like more of a surprise that I really liked them. I just kind of got those off on a whim. I wasn't really expecting too much from those. And those were the ones that I really ended up liking and thinking that I think I will use those Gold Horse pencils. I even think I might get the ones that are meant to be luminance dupe, because I did find out from someone that they're not the same. They're different. I actually kind of figured it out after I did the review for that video. And I was like, oopsie, I don't think these are the same pencils. But yeah, I got kind of confirmation from someone else that they're different. So I might get those. We might review those. I'm sorry if this was kind of all over the place, but it's a lot of information, a lot of drama that went on since I got these pencils. And yeah, I really didn't even, usually when I don't really, it's not that I don't like these pencils. I think they're fine. I think they're nice. They're a nice set of pencils. I just, all the production failings, and I waited so long for these pencils. It took over a month to get them, and I really had high expectations for them. So a little disappointing. I did enjoy conferencing with Jesse over them. I would definitely look forward to some more pencil collabs with him for sure. I might do a color along with these. I am working in this book. Maybe I might do something in here with these, because I've been working on a different pencil in this book. And I'm currently working on this page with the Arctics pencil. So I kind of got a lot of pencils going on in like a short amount of time, getting a little bit overwhelmed with pencils. And I might need to take a little break in a little while, because too many pencils, too many different things to remember. But definitely excited about these having names. And yeah, so I think that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you guys all have a really great rest of your day. Happy coloring, and I'll see you next time.